Hello everyone, this is Nikita and thank you for joining me in this video. In this video, I wanted to share my experience on the recent Switzerland trip I had. So it was an amazing journey, it was an amazing experience there. So I thought it's important to all of you to know about it. So yeah, so that was the reason I thought of creating this video. So first of all, when you are planning for any European country, you need to have a Schengen visa with you. So that was a challenge since it was a holiday season. Summer season is always a peak season for the tourist, for the European countries, for all the European countries basically. So we had a plan of going to Switzerland in this particular season, but we had not thought about the rush in the visa line. Okay, so when we had to schedule for the visa application, the appointment, we were not getting the appointment in time for Bangalore location. So we basically had to go to Pondicherry to have a visa appointment in place. So that was really challenging because we had to plan for Bangalore to Pondicherry just for the visa appointment. But yeah, we actually did it because we had no other option. So we actually went to Pondicherry and had the visa appointment and came back. But after that, we thought that we would get the visa in few days, maybe in a week or 2 weeks. But we got the visa on the very last day we had to travel. Can you imagine that? How stressful it would have been. So we had to plan everything, keeping in mind that this particular travel or journey can get cancelled at any moment. So that was the thing. So we got it on the last day. Every day we were looking at our phone that the message would come that passport has been dispatched and would get the visa on the next day. But no. So that's what I wanted all of you to know. If you're traveling to any European country and had to apply for Schengen visa, please make sure to apply 2 to 3 months in advance. Otherwise, it's really difficult to get it on time and then plan everything accordingly. For me, it was the case that I was like 80 to 90% sure that the visa might come. So I had planned everything and whatever I had to purchase and I had to take there, I purchased everything beforehand. But a lot of us have this tendency of doing things at the last moment. So if you get the visa on the last day and then you plan for everything, it becomes really difficult. So yeah. So what you have to do is you have to plan out everything at least at 2 months in advance. Yeah. So the second thing is about the currency. So Switzerland is a part of Europe, but it is not a part of European Union. So the currency which works there is not euro, it's franc. So franc is little bit expensive than euro. So what happens is we as Indians, we have to spend more when we are in Switzerland. And Switzerland is really expensive country. Yes, I have been to most of the shops and I've understand that it's very difficult to purchase anything from Switzerland. So it's very expensive. But to save on the exchange rate charges, we actually purchased a new global card well in advance from our journey, so that we don't have to pay the extra exchange rate. Whatever the rupee to franc conversion is there, you will have to pay. Like suppose you have to pay for 1 franc, you have to multiply it by the exchange rate, and then that you have to pay. But the exchange rate charges is some additionally, you have to pay something in extra. That was we didn't had to pay since we had the new global card. So I would advise you on do your research and purchase some card which saves you from the exchange rate charges. So that was the tip number 2. Coming to tip number 3, research. Research is really important since it's any country. I mean to say, even if you're traveling within India or traveling to any other country, you have to do the research well in advance. You have to be prepared for everything. Okay, because you don't have, time at your hand. It's just 24 hours every day, and that you have to sleep for some 9-10 hours. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you do research before going there. Yes, so what I had done is, like, we actually watched a lot of videos on Switzerland. We understood what we have to take, what we can purchase and what we cannot purchase from there. All these things you have to do research on. Also, what are the cities that you can cover and how many days you need to cover them? It's also important. So, in our plan, it was like 3 cities: Interlaken, Lucerne, and Zurich, and we segregated it into 2 days, 2 days, and 1 day. So it was 5 days altogether for our Switzerland trip. But it was worth, well, it was, the time was worth spent, because wherever we went, like suppose we are in Interlaken and we had to cover one mountain on 1 day, the second day was, freely available for us to visit the city around, see what, the people do their normal daily life. So that was really cool, and we enjoyed a lot actually. So yeah, so you have to make sure that you also roam around the city. You have to have the time to do that. So and the other thing is, in Interlaken what we visited, and in Lucerne what we covered, all these would be covered in my next video. But this video was all about 3 important things to remember when you're traveling to Switzerland. So that was all about this video, and I would come again with a next video on different places to visit in Switzerland. Till then, see ya, take care, bye bye.